Good morning, dear children. I am Sitara here, your social science teacher. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the digital session of this academic year. Dear children, in 5th standard, you would have learned social science as a single subject. But now you have grown up, you are in 6th standard now. So, you are going to learn social science under two headings. One is history, another one is geography. Okay? Now, in today's session, we are going to start Unit 1 in history. The name of the unit is What is History? What is history? Come children, let us see what is history. Before going into today's session, let us understand the learning objectives. That is, what are we going to discuss in this unit? Children, we will try to know what history is all about. That is, we will learn what is history. Understand the importance of history. You will be wondering, oh, history is old things, then why we should learn that now? We will try to learn about the lifestyle of prehistoric men, how they lived, how our ancestors lived. To know how paintings portray the daily activities of the prehistoric man. How painting of that time is important, is relevant now. We will try to understand the importance of history and historical research. We will also try to understand the importance of history and the researches that are done on historical artifacts. This lesson is a conversation between a mother and daughter. The mother and daughter Tamilini. Her name is Tamilini. And this unit is a conversation between them. As you people talk to your mother once you return from school, same way, a mother and daughter is having a conversation, is having a talk. When you are back from school, definitely your mother will ask you, isn't it? Oh, my dear child, what did you learn? Okay, what happened in school? And so on. And you will be describing what has happened and what did the teachers teach. You will discuss it. Mrs. told you, you have to talk to your parents about what is happening in the school. You must share your feelings. You must share whatever you feel with your mother or your father. Not only that, you must thank them for the work they are doing for you. Whether it is your father, he works very hard and earns bread for you all, isn't it? He wins the bread for you. Your mother is working tirelessly from the morning till evening. So I want you to thank your father and mother for the effort they are putting to bring you people up. Now let us go into the lesson. This is a conversation between mother and Tamilini, her daughter. She is back from school, so her mother is asking her. Mother is saying, Tamilini, what subject did you study today? And Tamilini is replying,
History, Ma.
She says that she has studied history today. Mother is replying, oh, nice. Did you properly understand what history is? So she is asking her, okay, my child, that is good. Did you understand what it is? And let us see what she is replying. Tamilini says,
Yeah, I understood something about history. Can you tell me more about history?
Mother is asking, did you understand it properly, my dear? And she says, yes, somewhat I understood, but if you don't mind, could you explain it a little bit more? Before going into their conversation further, let us understand how to tell time in history. How we can say the time in history. Dear children, time in history is calculated in years using BC, that is before Christ, or before Common Era, and AD, Anno Domini. So we can say BC, before Christ, and AD, Anno Domini. BCE is before Christ, before Common Era. ADCE is Anno Domini, Common Era. Dear children, BC stands for before Christ and AD stands for Anno Domini, which is in Latin the year of our Lord, or the year Jesus Christ was supposedly born. So Jesus Christ's birth divides the history into two, before Christ and after Christ. That is, 155 BC means 155 years before the birth of Jesus Christ. 2020 AD means 2020 years after the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, what is history? History is the study of past events in chronological order. What is history? History is the study of past events in chronological order. Chronological, CHRONOLOGICAL, chronological means is the order in which the events occur from first to last. Chronological order is the order in which the events occurred from the first to the last. Dear children, the term history has been derived from the Greek word historia. It has been derived from the Greek word historia, I-S-T-O-R-I-A, historia, which means learning by enquiry. You learn by enquiry, you learn by asking questions. That is the meaning of history. It is derived from the Greek word historia, which means learning by enquiry. Now let us get back to Tamilini and her mother. There is a conversation happening and her mother is asking Tamilini some questions. Let us see that. Mother to Tamilini: what is your name? Tamilini is replying.
Tamilini.
She says her name. Her mother is asking the next question. Tell me your mother's name. She says her mother's name.
Mrs. Sumati.
She says her mother's name. It is Mrs. Sumati. Mother asks her next question. Father's name?
Mr. Adiamman.
Mother says, tell me the name of your father's father.
You mean Grandpa, Mr. Chidambaram?
Do you know the name of great-grandpa? That is Mr. Chidambaram's father.
Grandma always used to tell me about one great grandpa. You want the great grandpa's name, Amma?
Yes, your great-grandpa's name is Mr. Ramaswamy, okay? Often your father shows proudly a very old wooden pen and used to tell us that it was his grandpa's pen. Do you remember? So her mother is saying that the great-grandpa's name was Mr. Ramaswamy. She also reminds Tamilini that her father used to show a old wooden pen proudly to them, saying that it was their grandpa's pen.
Yes, Amma. Normally, he keeps it in a beautiful wooden case on his table. Is that the one?
Yes, Tamilini is reminded of the one which he keeps in a beautiful wooden case on his table. Mother says, you are right, Tamilini. We cannot write with that pen now, but father has kept it as a treasure. Treasure, T-R-E-A-S-U-R-E. Treasure is something which has no value. Treasure is something which is very precious, very valuable. So he considers that pen as a treasure. Even though you cannot write with that, it is considered as a treasure, very, very valuable. If you ask your father about that, he will show you the diary written by your great grandpa with that old pen. So the great grandpa used to write a diary. He used to keep a diary, that is writing down the important events that is happening. From that diary, we come to know that your great grandpa was a literate. Literate, L-I-T-E-R-A-T-E. Literate as a person who is able to read and write. That person is a literate. So Tamilini's great grandfather was a literate. He could read and write, and he used to keep a diary. While most of his villagers were illiterates. The opposite of literate is illiterate. He was able to read and write. Tamilini's great grandfather was a literate, but most of his villagers were not. Further, we can understand the lifestyle of that period and also about activities from his diary writing. So, since Tamilini's great grandfather was a learned man, he was a literate, he used to keep a diary of events that was happening. They could now understand the lifestyle of that period and also the activities that had happened during that time. All from the diary written by her great grandfather.
Can the small diary record so much of news, Amma?
So she was wondering, can a small diary have an account of so much of news? Mother says, yes, Tamilini, we understand the period and lifestyles of people of old stone age, from used stone tools, like what you understand about your grandpa and his time from his diary writing. That is, we can understand about the lifestyle and the period of people which lived during the old stone age from the stone tools used by them. Like you are able to understand about the lifestyle from the diary your great grandpa wrote.
What are the other sources that help us to understand the lifestyle of Stone Age people?
So she's wondering, is there anything else other than the tools from which we can understand about the lifestyle of Stone Age people? Mother replies, we come to know their hunting style through their paintings on the rocks and walls of the caves. Not only from the tools, but from the paintings on the rocks and walls of the caves, we know about their hunting style. Dear children, in ancient period, the people lived in caves and they used to draw paintings in rocks, and they are called as rock paintings. The paintings on caves drawn by people who lived in caves are called as rock paintings. They might have wished to record their activities through these paintings. They would have wanted to record their activities through these paintings. You can see the beautiful paintings on the caves.
Rock paintings? It sounds really surprising. Why did they draw these paintings?
She was very much surprised to know about the rock paintings, and she was wondering why they drew all these things. Mother says, some would have stayed back without joining the hunting team. So for their benefit, these pictures could have been drawn. They might have done it as part of their pastime. Maybe they would have done the drawings for those people who did not go for hunting, for them to understand what was happening there. They would have drawn, or maybe somebody would have done it as part of their pastime, to pass their time, like you people do the drawing on paper. Same way they would have done it as a pastime.
Certainly, Amma. That is how we identify their lifestyles. Isn't it, Amma?
Now Tamilini is able to understand. Yes, that is right. From the rock paintings we can understand. We can come to know about the lifestyles of people there. Mother saying, well said, Tamilini. the period between the use of first stone tools and the invention of writing system is prehistory. The period between the use of first stone tools and the invention of writing system is prehistory. Stone tools, excavated materials and rock paintings are the major sources of prehistory. So what are the major sources of prehistory? They are stone tools, excavated materials and rock paintings. What is excavated materials? E-X-C-A-V-A-T-E-D. Excavated. The things which were dug up from the places where they lived. That is called as excavated materials. Time for a recap. In this session, we discussed about the introduction of history and Stone Age. We learned that the period between the use of first stone tools and the invention of writing system is prehistory. The major sources of prehistory are stone tools, excavated materials and rock paintings. We know about the lifestyle of people of prehistoric time by their paintings on the rock and walls of caves. Dear children, in the next session we will discuss the sources of history. Time for worksheet number 1. Fill in the blanks. Question number 1. The old Stone Age man lived mostly in dash. The old Stone Age man lived mostly in dash. Question number 2. Dash was a step taken by the early man to collect his food. Dash was a step taken by the early man to collect his food. Roman number 2. Answer the following. Can you say any two advantages of writing diary? Can you say any two advantages of writing diary? Question number 2. What is history? What is history? That's all for today's session, my dear children. You have to read the lesson, learn the question and answers, and write the worksheet as home test. After completing it, take a snap of it and send to my personal WhatsApp number. Thank you. For more videos, visit our channel. Stay blessed.